Hey, what's up, everybody? Craig Stokes here. We're back with Walter and we're back with Mai. What's up, y'all? Still hanging in there. We're having a good time. Now, Mai, you're from Baltimore, you know, and you have some amazing crabs, like the most amazing crab I've ever had in my life. You got Jada Pinkett's from there. One of my favorite shows, The Wire. And, of course, Baltimore has been thrust in the national spotlight recently with all the protests and the riots, you know, the issues with police brutality. It's a lot going on. Do you ever see, or would you ever consider capturing the essence of Baltimore in some of your work, whether it's a TV show, whether it's a movie, a play? How much would that influence some of your future work?
I think that it seeps into everything. I think inherently, without deliberately saying this is going to be like my Baltimore tribute,
Right.
It's always there. I grew up, it's an interesting place because you can have communities where people live right next to each other and don't interact at all. And then there's certain communities that are extremely interactive depending upon economics, all that stuff. And I grew up kind of on the outside of things because I had two parents who were artists. And, you know, my dad owned an art gallery. We were just very unusual, kind of weird people. So I feel like I rep for a very particular kind of Baltimorean. You know, a lot of people from there would not identify with even the way I speak. I don't have the Baltimore accent or the Baltimore.
Chew. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Are you from Baltimore?
I apologize.
You from Baltimore? You're not.
I watched plenty of episodes of The Wire.
But yeah, it's very like the accent's very specific and all that. So there's a lot of things I don't identify with, but there's a lot that I do. And I'm going home actually after this interview, and I'm so looking forward to it. There's just a harmony and a peace there. And it's funny because people see The Wire and they go, oh, it's a crime-ridden kind of thing. It's a beautiful, sweet place. There's a sweetness to it. I think it's nostalgic because I grew up there. But it is also just there's a lot of trees, a lot of reservoirs. It's beautiful and very sweet. So, yeah, I think the spirit and the heart of the Baltimore that I knew as a kid always comes through in my work. There's an innocence to it that New York doesn't have, that Atlanta doesn't have. You know, for me, it's very sweet. So that I was.
Yeah, New York is not innocent.
No.
It's not innocent. It's not sweet. It's not. Where's the warm? Where's the warmth?
Baltimore isn't either, but it is for me.
Yeah. What are some of your biggest inspirations? What keeps you just like inspired, like, you know, full of ideas?
Marvin Gaye.
Marvin Gaye.
I think everybody should listen to the "I Want You" album several times. What I love about Marvin Gaye is that he is so honest about the battle of the soul, battle that we face between lust and discipline, the battle in all veins in life. He sings with such power about this zest for life, this zest for pleasure and satisfaction. For me and for him too, I think it extended beyond carnal pleasure. And what again, the same question is, what am I here for? Nobody expresses that the way he does, so simply and so clearly. I don't know why I'm so obsessed with that album, but when I found it, and you know what? It taught me something about art too, because I started to inquire, why am I so obsessed with this particular album? This is good for artists. I found interviews about the album, and I find out that Leon Ware produced that album.
Interesting.
Ware also produced Maxwell's album. So I started to understand, why do I like what I like, and learn how to implement it into what I do as an artist. So Leon Ware, I read an interview, him talking about the album. He starts talking about Poinciana by Ahmad Jamal, and leads me to actually Miles Davis's Sketches of Spain album. So now I'm listening to Miles Davis in a whole new light because I love Marvin Gaye. So young people, you know, I love Jay Dilla, but like listen to it and figure out what you like about Dilla, because it may lead you to a French artist, or it may lead you to like the world is huge. That's the way I think to approach art. The more you can, my dad always say, what you put in is what you get out. And the more you can put in, the more interesting you need it. You need a wealth of, you need substance to be able to say something new. You need a lot of influence. The pursuit of courage is my biggest influence. I'm pursuing courage constantly. The battlefield was with it.
Courage,
Okay, I'm going to do it. You know, that's the day of my life. Okay, here we go.
So are you pursuing courage or the moments that require courage?
Hmm.
Or is that the same thing?
No.
You're getting deep on me right now.
I'm sorry. I'm
I love
sorry.
it.
I'm listening. I'm not just. This is not just an interview. We're talking here. You know.
I'm pursuing the moments that require courage, and therefore I'm always in pursuit of courage. Yeah.
I love it.
Because the moments that require courage are the moments you really want to have. The things that are difficult are things you really want. If it's easy, you don't really want it.
Right.
I mean, I don't. If it's really easy, then there's no.
Well, I'm with you. I don't want it. If everybody can have it, if it's just that easy, I'll pass. I'll pass on that. Yeah. So Walter, what's some of your inspirations? What's some of those things that just get you up in the morning, man, keep you excited?
Literature. Dostoevsky, and Frank Herbert.
Okay.
Frank Herbert wrote Dune. Dostoevsky wrote Crime and Punishment. Brothers Karamazov. People. So I guess with them, it's. I kept thinking while you guys were talking is devour life. Kept thinking. So it's, and that's always been a part of me, to devour life, and that's a scary thing in and of itself, to have that feeling and not being able to satisfy it, and then to also, and I think that's what you were talking about a little bit with Marvin Gaye,
absolutely,
and then to also have that feeling and to satisfy it, and then to still be hungry afterwards. It's not enough.
Yeah, right.
It's just not enough.
Yes.
So and so and I don't know if everybody's born with that.
Okay.
I can't answer. I know I was born with that, so that always kept me seeking. And when I found, and I'm as she says, I like the dark stuff. So when I got to certain literature, then it just made me hungrier.
Okay.
It
sounds like again, you all are very forward thinking in terms of what has inspired you, what currently inspires you, and then how you're taking those inspirations and what you'll do with it going forward, which makes me curious, like in a perfect world, where do you see yourself, or where do you see yourself career-wise, personally, in the next 2 or 3 years? Like, where would you see yourself in a perfect world?
In a perfect world.
Yeah.
I was just going to say feed my family.
Yeah.
I'm still possessed by a great deal of ambition.
Yeah.
I'm still ambitious, which is good and bad. I can't say specifically what I want my career to look like. I think having the break I had and things not going the way I thought they were going to go, the story turning another way, I'm just really in a listening mode. I'm listening to life. I'm listening to God. I'm kind of just walking and trying to make sure I'm walking straight. So for me, my goal in a couple of years would be to really have me together, to really be organized, to be constantly writing and working, constantly, and getting so organized that I'm just producing. I'm becoming prolific, just doing the work. And then the opportunities will shift. I was in this rut that I was talking about earlier. My mother came in one day and she said, if you write the play, everything will come. If you sit and you wallow and you make excuses, well, no one's going to do anything with it anyway, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
And I tell you, as soon as I finished it was 130 pages at the time, things started to roll. Sure, we'll read it here. Sure, but it's the action first.
How amazing is that, right? Right.
Yeah. Action first, no excuses, go after it. And it starts to kind of roll. It really, I'm a witness to this.
So you would love to see more of that happening 2 or 3 years down the road on another level, like you said, with the organization intact and just, I guess, almost like a system, right, in place for you to keep.
Let everything pick up and go to the optimum. And I'd love to see me in a place to really enjoy it.
Okay. Yeah, that's the best feeling of all. I mean, then again, on the flip side, even if you're the only one that enjoys it, at least you have that satisfaction that, I gave it my all. This is what I wanted it to be, and I'm happy. I'm happy with that.
You can at least live with it.
Right.
Yeah,
you're not satisfied necessarily, but at least you can live with it.
You can live with it, right.
I stand by what I made and what I've done,
Yeah. I'm excited that we had a chance to talk, that my audience got a chance to hear some really powerful words of wisdom. Now I want to kind of summarize it real quick. if somebody wants to follow in your footsteps, if they say, you know, I'm really inspired now to tap into my creative side, to really write that play I've always wanted to write, to become a producer, to, you know, just to give back, what is one thing from each one of you that you would leave them with?
Do it.
Do it.
Just do it.
Okay.
There's always going to be a reason not to.
Yeah.
There's 24 hours in a day. If you really want to do something, there's more than enough time to do it. You have to silence the voices that are telling you not to do it, and that's all going to come from you. People can encourage you, people can try to help, or they can be discouraging. The bottom line is making a choice and following through on it. So the most important thing is do whatever you want to pursue, and then follow it through and give it a chance.
Yeah.
You know, it took me everything to write this play. This is an example. I'm exhausted, I'm angry, I don't really like it, it's messed up. I sent it out, it got rejected 100 times. Great. So now what are you going to do?
Right.
The stories of rejection that artists have who are successful, you wouldn't believe. I just started this thing and I already have enough rejection stories to last me a lifetime.
Yeah.
But I also have excellent acceptance stories, and this play is one of those acceptance stories. So the ratio of rejection to acceptance, you can bet when you finish that product that you're so proud of, that it's going to get beat up. And even in the process, once it's accepted, the edits, it's agony. So if you really want something, you have to make a commitment. And once you make a commitment, you follow it through. You give it a chance to flourish. Sometimes you do everything and it doesn't work, but you give it a chance.
Right. Good stuff. Good stuff. What you thinking?
I was trying noble choices.
Noble
You
choices.
said it one more time.
Okay, there it is. Yes, let's do it. High five. High five.
Yeah.
Got it. There you go. How can people connect with you? How can they connect with you, or learn more about The Fall of the Kings, which is coming out when? September 4th? Is that the opening night?
September 5th.
September 5th. September 5th. All right, so we want to make sure we catch that at the Andrew Friedman House Home in Bronx, New York. So how can they get more information? Social media?
thefallofthekings.com.
Okay.
Right. www.thefallofthekings.com has all information about the play, including tickets. We're also on Facebook, The Fall of the Kings. And that's it, yeah. Yeah. Pretty much it.
All right.
And then as far as getting in touch with Mai, she has her...
You can go to my website, but I'd much prefer you go to the Fall of the Kings website and get your ticket.
Fallofthekings.com. Get your tickets.
So, and we can talk in person after you've seen the show.
Okay.
You can really experience, if you're inspired by what we said, our work is influenced by how we think and who we are. So coming and seeing the work is the best way to connect with us, really. So thefallofthekings.com, get your tickets, be here and experience this great immersive theater production.
I got to make it up there myself, so I need to be one of those people logging into thefallofthekings.com, get those tickets, maybe come with my wife and the little one, get her exposed to the Bronx.
And it's kid friendly, but it's a good experience. It's a good educational experience.
I love it. Mai and Walter, thank you so much for being such awesome guests on the show, and thank you to you, Kumba, for making this interview possible. Now look, if you or somebody else you know would like to be featured on the show, all you got to do is go to theshow.craigstokes.com, look for the Suggest a Guest tab, and fill out the form. We'll take it from there, all right? You could also shoot me a message at Craig Stokes on Twitter and Instagram. So until next time, I am Craig Stokes, reminding you to wake up and live your dreams. Peace.